Now today is the day I have been waiting for so many months. Going 4 months without shipping reptiles has been a real bore and kind of annoying. But finally the time has come for all of that to end. Shipping weather is opening back up and we can reopen DBCB Exotics and selling reptiles. What exactly does that mean for you guys? Of course, whenever shipping weather opens up again, we always have a big sale, which means two things for you guys, and that one's going to be saving big money while also getting just an incredible animal. Let's give you guys a quick preview on what you can expect out of this sale. Stick around, we're gonna be talking about some amazing animals, and subscribe if you're new. Would love to have you around. Let's get into it. Real quick before we get into it, I think some of you guys are probably wondering, Dakota, what is with the absolute awesome t-shirt? Well, we actually have a brand new merch drop. Merch drop is going to include 2 different designs, which in all honesty have to be my absolute favorite. First one on the list, of course, we've got the Viking Tokay Brotherhood, an absolutely awesome design. We got the logo chilling in the back, just awesome. If you guys are Tokay fans, you definitely need one of these. But wait, there's more. Tokays don't happen to be your speed. We also have the Cresty Cult merch out. We got this beautiful crested gecko, this nice archaic little runes behind him. Same as last time, merch and logo right on the back. It's looking absolutely incredible. Let me know in the comments down below, and if you guys are interested in getting any designs, I got that little Teespring banner thing right down there. Okay, into the video, let's talk about geckos. Now honestly, would it be a DBCB Exotics video if we didn't talk about Tokays? As you guys know, in 2021, we did not have a very good Tokay year. Pretty much no babies. We only had 1 female laying a couple of clutches, and that was about it. Clutch ended up hatching actually later in the year, and unfortunately we weren't able to ship those babies when they were actually ready to sell, which leaves us to, now Tokays, ready to go. Now this leaves us right off the bat in the season with 3 normal Tokays. These are going to be captive bred and born Tokays, gunned from a pair of a normal girl to a reduced pattern male. Fortunately, the odds didn't hit us very well on this one, spouting 3 normals and then 1 reduced. I am holding back the reduced for now until I can properly sex it, see if it's a male or a female, and then at a later point it might end up for sale. But at this point we have 3 fantastic, acclimated, ready to go Tokays. Now these are going to be unsexed babies. They've been with me for somewhere around 4 months now and are absolutely doing fantastic. They're a great size. You're not going to have more of that skittish baby that's going to be darting around like a little micro gecko. You can never catch it. They've got some size on them, but not enough to where the bite's gonna hurt. If you're looking to tame down a Tokay, this is definitely the time and the size that you want to start working with them. As with all the geckos that we are gonna have for sale, I'll have a price list right down there in the bottom as a pinned comment. If you guys want to hit me up on any of the babies, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. Let's talk about more geckos. Now this leads us to our next part, which is pretty big, and that's going to be crested geckos. I believe at this time we have 5 crested gecko babies for sale that just unfortunately didn't make the list or the time to ship out. As you guys know, I've been holding back pretty crazy with crested geckos. I believe we have 6 holdbacks right now, ranging from really some fantastic super Dalmatians to super Dalmatian with red spots, ink blots, just a lot of crazy stuff. Here's the really cool thing about that. You can actually get the clutch mates of these incredible geckos. I know, they don't look as pretty as the ones I'm holding back. However, they are going to be sharing similar genetic makeup. They're done by the same pairing, which means they still have the same genes that could potentially give you an animal like that. So if you're looking for a super Dalmatian project but don't want to break the bank with how much these super Dalmatians cost, these lesser spots Dalmatians, while being bred by super Dalmatians, can be just a thing for you. It looks like we just caught this little dude in shed. And now these guys are absolutely fantastic. 4 of them are going to be tiger stripe Dalmatians, while the other one, being a cookie time spots pairing, is just going to be a regular Dal. But these guys are absolutely fantastic. Still at a very young age of only around 4 to 5 months, but have a lot of spots already. Now remember folks, Dalmatians get their spots as their age. Geckos that come out of the egg with 1 or 2 spots could end up with 20 to 40 when they become an adult. Each one of these little gecko babies come from absolutely fantastic parents. The ones that are going to be tiger stripes to super Dals are going to be a Xena times spice pairing, with one being a Sprinkles times spice pairing. So not only are you getting these giant bold tiger stripes, but you're also getting plenty of dots with maybe potentially some ink blotting and red spots down in the future when they grow just a little bit older. And speaking of geckos going for a great price, but don't look like anything right now, we can take a look at this one right here. You're not seeing anything very special. You see a gecko with a couple of spots. I'm guessing maybe 4 or 5 at the most right now, with this animal being somewhere around the 2.8 gram area. You know, it's kind of an underwhelming gecko. I can see where people would pass up on this. However, it's the lineage of this animal that you guys should take into consideration. And that, of course, going to be the lineage of the parents being Cookie times Spots. Now, everyone knows Cookie the Chungus, an absolutely fat gecko if I do say so myself. However, Cookie is absolutely fantastic in the fact that she not only has a lot of spots, but also has bigger spots. These spots being a lot larger than, say, Xena, who almost looks like she's been sprinkled with some pepper flakes at the most. Cookie has absolutely giant big spots. Spots obviously is a red and black spot gecko with some slight ink blotting. Absolutely great genetic makeup. So while this gecko really doesn't look like much right now, that could potentially change in the future, and that the genetics behind the parents could definitely influence what those eggs are going to look like if you decide to breed this one. Funny enough, when I first saw this gecko, I really didn't think much of it. Yeah, it has some dowel spots, but they're pretty small, they're pretty sprinkled in, and so I really didn't think anything of it and actually had it for sale. And if you guys were on Patreon and you happened to catch me slipping for the 24 to 48 hours, you actually could have snagged this gecko. However, taking a closer examination of this thing, I find that this thing is riddled with red spots, which would be absolutely perfect for a confetti line of crested geckos. So it was with that being said, after about a day with that being on my Patreon page, I ended up actually keeping it, and now it is a little holdback. I'm very excited to see what this thing looks like as an adult because, man, all those little red spots right now, what's this thing gonna look like when it's 20, 30, even 40 grams? However, I know when enough is enough, and I have way too many holdbacks, which mean in order to hold this little one back, I gotta get rid of someone else, which means you guys have the opportunity to get one of my holdback crested geckos. That holdback is going to be this little one right here, my youngest gecko out of everything that was held back into 2022. This guy is absolutely fantastic. Now, remember folks, Dalmatians, oh my god. Dalmatians get better with age, and so when I see something with at least 10 spots out of the egg, you can see it has some of these bigger spots right now. This thing is going to be an absolutely incredible gecko when it gets older. This thing's going to look absolutely fantastic. These spots that are already bigger and get bigger as it grows up, he's going to get more spots. Oh my god. He's gonna jump and jump more as he gets older and older. He's gonna be absolutely stunning. I'm a little bit torn letting go of this one. However, we have a few that look pretty similar to this gecko, and the confetti line is just so unique. A bunch of red spots. It's gonna pain me, but I think we are gonna be letting this gecko go. Oh, you guys are gonna get a good deal on this one. This is gonna be a really fantastic. This is gonna be one of those geckos that I totally regret selling when I actually do it, and you guys send me a picture 2 months later, and it looks absolutely stunning. I think 4 holdbacks is more than enough. Of course, every year we make more crested geckos. We might make something that looks a little bit better. So we will be letting this guy go, as much as it's gonna pain me to do so. I know what you guys are thinking. That's gonna be, Dakota, there's like 8 animals for sale. What's going on here? You said you were making 100 this year. How do you start the season off with 8 animals? Got a good explanation for that. It's gonna be because these are all 2021 babies. We actually haven't even hatched anything for 2022. Now, personally, I start my breeding season off a little bit later than people, starting in February, then ending somewhere around the November to December area. This gives me time for a little bit of babies to sell right when shipping weather opens up, and some holdbacks to start growing out through the winter, see potentially what they're going to look like, and then at that point decide what I'm going to sell. When it comes to the 2022 breeding season, we have been doing some good stuff. A lot of gravid geckos, not that many eggs yet. We're still in the beginning phases, folks. Right now we've got 2 day gecko eggs and then 2 Chihuahua eggs, 1 clutch of the Chihuahua geckos, which is absolutely fantastic. Not only that, but we have plenty of gravid females. We've got Cookie that's gravid, Pebbles that's gravid, Sprinkles that's gravid. We've got some standing eye geckos that are gravid. The Chihuahua's gravid again. We can expect these eggs to start ramping up here very, very soon. I mentioned the Tokay geckos have all been paired, which means Tokay gecko clutches are happening pretty soon. We still have 1 more gecko to pair for crested geckos, which means they're gonna have some more crested gecko eggs. We've got a pair of gargoyle geckos coming in, which gives us 2 more gargoyles to breed, potentially getting a breeder loan for the red striped, which means an extra gargoyle gecko. But then we have the tegu lizards, we have the Argusma, the Aki monitors, we have a lot of eggs coming here very, very soon. I'm here to talk about that. What we are here to do today is talk about the amazing geckos that we have right now. And remember folks, we're going to be giving 20% off on all of these geckos if you want to purchase them within. That means from this Monday that we posted to next Monday, you can grab one of these incredible geckos for a fifth of the price. No, Dakota, no. With a fifth of the price off. They're not 80%. God. But now, folks, it's your turn. Leave me a comment in the comment section. What did you think about these geckos? What's your favorite gecko that we have for sale right now? I'm guessing a lot of people are going to say the Tokays, but man, that Holdback Crested gecko, that thing was looking pretty sweet too. Drop a comment. I want to hear from you. I know earlier we talked about the many eggs that we have coming here very soon. If you guys want the first look at those babies when I am going to end up putting them for sale, I always post them on Patreon first before anyone else gets to see them. If that's something that interests you, make sure to head down to the description down below and check us out over at patreon.com/dbcbexotics. As always, folks, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to follow us over here at DBCB Exotics. We'll see you next time, but until then, goodbye.